Hello, Brian Hutchinson here again with Victor Myers Custom Homes, and I'm back on our redevelopment project in Lewisville, Texas. As you can see, we've made a lot of progress in the last week. The house has been completely framed and skinned at this time. We're getting ready to start the process of putting the roof on it, starting the insulation, and also wrapping the house with the brick and stone veneer. So I want to take a couple of minutes to show you some of the products that are on the house and why they work the way that they do. So here I'm standing in the corner of this house next to a green wall. And one of the questions we get asked oftentimes is what this product is. This is called a zip wall system, and it has that name because of the way it goes together. This wall helps to increase the structural rigidity of the house by tightening the framing together, and likewise works to create the water plane in between the brick and stone facade of the house and the insulation on the inside of the house. In other words, moisture will come and resist penetration to this wall and move down and out of the weep holes. Now, what's critically important about this process is making sure that the house gets sealed completely and that gaps aren't left open. This will reduce the amount of heat and cooling transmission, as well as increase the air quality. So as you can see, this black barrier that comes down the wall right here seals the seams, the gaps between these sheets, which come in 4x8 and 4x12 sheets. Now what's important to it as you come to places on the house where there are objects penetrating it, that those are wrapped and sealed as well. These very small cracks that could be left here if this added tape wasn't put on are enough to, when added up, to create significant air loss. Now this particular home is using one of our midline energy efficiency packages. It will be, instead of having bad insulation, this house will be a sprayed cellulose insulation and will have radiant barriers inside of the attic spaces. As you can see here in the soffits, we use a cementitious product called James Hardie board, and it's got these micro holes in it. Those micro holes allow for air to breathe in and out of the attic space, which gives us cleaner air and reduced heat inside of the attic. Anytime that the utilization of beams such as these cedar pillars in the backs come in contact with the concrete, you'll find also these metal brackets that we use. Now this metal bracket is here to actually support the weight and to create a barrier between moisture that would be on the concrete and that wood beam. In other words, it's there to help keep the wood beam from absorbing any of the water that will pool up or will be washed across this patio. And you can see up into the ceiling line that some of the radiant barrier is already being applied to this house. You'll also notice that on this product there are some seams, a gap, that are about 1/4 of an inch in width between the boards. If we were to look really closely at that product, you'll see that that is purposely done. In fact, there are these small brackets that are laid in there to keep that gap consistent. What this does is allow room for the wood to expand and contract as the temperatures change here in Texas. Well, that about does it for this installment. I want to invite you to join me again next time as we look at the roofing process itself and some of the other details that go into the house at this stage of construction. Remember, if you need any assistance whatsoever, the team at Victor Myers Custom Homes is here to help you.